Hello. She doesn't have the pellets. Oh dear. Good morning, Hansan. How's it going? Fifi just did big zoomies. Well, not super big zoomies. It's just, she went from being eepy to all of a sudden just running along. Good morning, Hamish. Good morning, Gerry. Hello. Gerry's already bitten my finger today because he was overexcited. Bless him, he's just a little guy. Good morning, Jivo. Morning, Panda and Zara. Hello. Good morning, Monmouth. Morning, Palin and Limewood and Minion. Do you want your pellets, Gerry boy? Is that what you're after? Morning, Sarah. Morning, Rob. Yeah, he did his thing where he runs along with his mouth open and he got really excited for pellets. I just felt this little mouth over my fingy and I was like, nope, not edible. Morning, Ajancho. Good morning, Mac. Dreadful, thank you very much for the 8 months. Good morning, how you doing? And Kinetic, thank you very much for the 35 months. City. Okay, Gerry, I'll get your pellets. You've been very patient. I can see you not wanting to ask. What? Oh, I don't want to throw it on top of you, bunnies. Oh my goodness. There you go. I think some of them might have landed on your heads, but it's okay. A fiery hellhole today, Xander. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Dave. Morning, Boba and Dravane. And good morning, Rob and Megalomaniac as well. This Thursday, 'tis February, and I feel like I've already got a lot planned in February. It's odd. And then I've got nothing really in March, and then nothing until the very end of April. It feels like a very busy first week. When February is usually a bit of like a stopgap. Sarah, thank you very much for the 27 months. Happy almost end of January. We nearly made it. Nearly. Just 2 more recipe videos. And then I'm done. And my bloomin' tax return, most importantly, needs to be done. That's my big job for today. I'm like, I need to, like, between the bun stream and my afternoon stream, that is what I need to be focusing on. Getting that done. Rushed out to do this monitoring and they're still breaking concrete, not ready for me. Oh no! Maybe they want you to monitor them. Breaking the concrete. It's just nice knowing someone's looking out for you. Is Gerry my accountant? Yes. Yes. I was wondering, are accountants that do your taxes tax deductible? I was trying to figure out if it would make sense, because they're for work, because it's the money you get for work. So does it count as a personal or a business expense? It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Rob. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wonder if I can get the hat. Truth be told, I do not know where the hat has gone. I'm hoping it will become apparent the closer I... Aha! Yeah, ha! I found it! Now, who's going to be the most distracto bun? Do-do-do. 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 Try a Fifi. No, it was not a Fifi. Gerry doesn't see it. His head's not up high enough. I might have to wait until he's snoozy. Oh. Happy birthday, Rob. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I sort of got it in before the hat fell off. But I do hope you have a wonderful birthday. Fifi, are you pushing he over? Poor little guy. Poor little guy. Do you have any nice plans for the day? I don't need to decide. I mean, I don't need to. It's not till March, but I need to decide what to do on my birthday. The whole tax deductible thing sounds like a right nightmare. Yeah. I think a lot of people, when they start streaming, think that more things are tax deductible than they are. So yeah, it is a bit of a minefield. I mean, there are guides and stuff for it. But yeah. Don't know if it's true, but friends once said if you're running a small business, a good accountant should save you more money than they charge. I'd hope so. I would hope so. Hey, Dave, thank you very much for the vids. Birthdays and taxes. Life's only two certainties, along with bunnies being adorable. This is true. Oh my gosh, I saw this video this morning of a lady was like asleep on I think it was a sofa bed, and her two bunnies were just like snuggled up on her. One of them flopped and the other just kept on licking her face, and I was just like, oh my gosh, the dream, being woken up by Banu every day. Lavate, thank you very much for the 42 months. Controversial opinion, you're pretty alright. Thank you. That's not what they say on the subreddit. I still don't understand what that comment was referring to. So for people who don't know, someone commented on my YouTube being like, don't listen to what they say on Reddit. I think you're okay. And I was like, wait, what do they say on Reddit? Can you get tax deduction on pellets? Sadly, no. Oh my gosh. If vet bills were tax deductible, that would be good. Yeah, but no, because the bunnies are because the bunnies are more life than, I mean, they're not work. They're soul bunnies. So they're not. It's like with streaming, if you buy makeup or something and you wear it for stream, if you then wear it when you go out somewhere else, it becomes not tax deductible and stuff like that. And if you buy a game that you buy for stream but then you enjoy it off stream, it's not tax deductible and stuff. So you have to sort of go through and be like, when did I just stream this? Did I blah blah blah? Tis a faff. Tis a right faff, because I think a lot of people hope that, makeup and clothes and stuff worn on stream will be tax deductible. Can you found a company that produces bunny videos and then gift the bunnies to that company? You are the company. Maybe. Thank you for the follow. A lady, Banu. A lady. So you are beautiful lady. I had a dream that Fifi had this little tummy, and I remember waking up like, I'm overfeeding the buns. Although I have been giving them more pellets recently, but it's just because, it's a difficult thing because Gerry had lost weight, so I was trying to beef him up a bit. Whereas Fifi had gained a little bit, but she eats more pellets, so I'm like, am I just feeding Fifi? Morning, genius. Hard to be a streamer off the grid though, yeah. I guess there are certain things that I did just get and only played on stream, so those ones I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And you can do certain things. Oh, sorry for the very not fun tax talk, but you can do certain things like working out. If you work from home, you can work out how much heating and stuff you used in the room, specifically in the hours you were working and stuff like that. But yeah, it's oh yeah, like Sarah says, because I remember doing that for last year's one. There was like a calculation that I followed to work out what specifically heating our office would be. But yes, I need to get better at writing stuff down as the year goes on to avoid. I'm so sorry, Vivi. I was stealing your bum fluff and I've disturbed you. I'm sorry. Can I persuade you to settle again if I promise not to? Yep, that's what I stole. I stole it from your bum. Don't eat it. No. No. Have I disturbed you too much now? Oh, Fifi. I feel like I should have I should have planned out the recipe videos more excitingly, because I sort of did all my favourite recipes at the beginning and now I'm ending on things I'm a bit like, eh. So I feel like I should have swapped them around. But I guess, they can be watched in any order sort of thing. Reminds me of the staff discount rule. When I worked in the supermarket as a teenager, if you were buying food to be shared, you were supposed to only claim discount on the portion you would eat. Oh, yeah, no one's going to follow that. No one's going to follow that. I think the best staff discount I ever got was at the vet, because that was something that was like, actually very practical to have. Whereas when I was working in what do you call it? Just like a music shop. Obviously, it was still nice having a discount, but it wasn't as it's just stuff. Good morning, speeders. Are we gonna see a rare Fifi? Nope. She thought better of it. Jerry's just staring at the wall. Jerry! Jerry, you okay, my love? Have you fallen asleep? He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just a baby. He always stares at this wall. I asked my HMRC if the buns are tax deductible, and he said, do the buns turn off when the streams turn off? Yeah. Precisely. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should already, you don't know ABCs. I just need to make sure I definitely do it. Because, this isn't the latest I've left it. I've done it on the day before, on the day of the deadline. That's always fun, because there's always bound to be something where the website goes down for a bit, or something doesn't go through, or you have to call up. But you never know. I might still leave it till tomorrow. I might live on the edge. On the edge of a fine. Oh. He gone on toilet. He go toilet. Oh, thank you, Sarah. It's one of those things that it's fine once I'm doing it, because I've done my own taxes for when would the first year have been? Probably 2012, maybe? It's been a while. I can just see the litter going flying out. He keeps doing this. I don't know why. Why he likes to throw the poop around before he goes. Here, if you hand it in late, you get a letter eventually that says hand it in till then, or you get a fine. Yeah, ours is if you're past 1st of February, fine. Immediate. You're not they don't give you a warning or anything. It's just nope, you done goofed. I think it's like, what is it, like 10% of how much you owed is the fine, maybe? So yeah. I once got fined £1.86 for uploading it at, oh my gosh, 12 minutes. Blimey. Yeah, it's like, I remember there was one time that I was worried because I paid it on the day of the deadline, and then they were like, the payment will not go through for 2 days. And I was calling up like, I've paid it. Is this okay? Just because you don't get the money until 2 days, is it still okay? But yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Morning, Cyan. It's one of those things that, like, if you're trying to get money off of HMRC, it's the slowest process in the world. But as soon as you owe them, they are swift. They are swift and they swoop. But yeah. It used to, I mean, even when I did just have like a PAYE job, like when I worked at the vet and stuff, because I still did like camera stuff on the side, I still had to do a bloody tax return. So I never had a break from them. Do you have a pet cardboard box? I have a hiding Banu. I don't know what she's up to in there. What does she do? What does she do? And I can see Gerry still just... He's just decided to be on the toilet. Bless he. Fifi! Fifi! She might not be able to hear me over her own munching. Fifi! You're not Fifi. Are you finished on the toilet? Did you have fun? Do you want cuddles? There you go. Lovely boy. Thank you. You had a good think on the loo? Solving the world's problems. Oh, bless he. Need to get his nails did. I was looking at a video of him yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh, they've got a little bit long. How many buns do I have? I do have 2. You wouldn't think it for how much they're hiding today. But there is another one in there somewhere. But yes, two Banus. Just a couple. Hello. Baby boy. I don't know what she's up to in there though. Good morning, Owls. Good morning, Dagon. Thank you for these kisses, Gerry. Gerry, if I had a sofa bed, would you come and snuggle on the bed? There have been times when I've slept on the sofa before, like when Alex had COVID. I slept on the sofa for the week, and I always left the buddies' fence open, and they never came and snuggled. They would wake me up in the morning by jumping up, but they would never actually they would never actually come and snuggle in the night. But yeah, I would just hear all of their random little shenanigans they would get up to. Fifi was really thumping the other night, and I've no idea what at. The strangest thing will bother her. Thank you, baby boy. He's starting to get his molt lines back on his face again, so he's looking all scraggly. He's got like a teeny tiny little molt patch here. I guess it's got that tiny bit warmer. That's enough for him to say, okay, time to begin the change. Hey, baby. Thank you. And I get to start stealing Flu from your bum instead of Fifi's all the time, eh? Where are you off to? What are you thinking? What are Gerry's plans for the day? What are you going to do today? He just pushed me out the way. He's done with me. Thank you. Day one of waiting for a briny Wellerman with Fifi thumping. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Who's of the opinion it's going to get cold for Easter again? I mean, it normally does, doesn't it? Like it's been known to snow at the beginning of April. And Easter's late March this year, isn't it? So wouldn't be surprised if it does. Oof. Hello. I'm going out to a little event on Thursday outside, which I'm quite scared for. I'm going to make sure I definitely bundle up warm. Although it has got a lot warmer recently. Like, it's not the super freezing cold that it was. But yeah, still being stood outside for 2 hours. Event that's pretty sus. I'm just gonna go venting. But yeah, it's for in bulk. But it should be nice. There'll be soup. That'll be nice and warming. Spare a thought for your local archaeologist. If you're cold, they're cold. Let them in. Outside is scary. I've been home since like November. I normally go outside like every day, but last week I just couldn't face it for some reason. Other than Monday and Friday when I had to go out for streams in the office, I was like, no, I'm staying in. In is nice. In has bunnies. I went to a bookshop yesterday and I was fully prepared to like let myself get 2 books. I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy 2 books. I finished 2 books this year. I'll allow myself to buy 2 new books. And then they didn't have... I sort of got put off of one of the books I was going to buy. And then they only had the other book I was going to buy in hardback. And apparently the paperback isn't out until September. And I was like, I do not read hardback books. So I just had to... I've had to swap the book club books around so that it's a wee bit cheaper to read that one when it comes out as a paperback. I just find them uncomfortable to hold. It's just, I guess because I like having books that I can sort of chuck in my bag and abuse. Whereas I feel like hardback books just need to be sat on shelves. I mean, I have like read some of them, but I just like, yeah, I prefer ones I can chuck around and not feel as bad. Don't know why I really like going to bookshops despite never reading. There's just a really calming feel about bookshops, I think. They are just nice spaces. Hello. I just finished reading The Martian Hitchhiker's Guide on Jurassic Park over the holidays. I would like to read Jurassic Park. I would like to. Was it Michael Crichton? Is that Jurassic Park? Any page folders in chat? Oh my gosh, Alex is a page folder. To my shame. I said to him, can I buy you a bookmark for Christmas? And he was like, yeah, but I won't use it. He's like, it's my book, it's fine. And like, I recently borrowed a book off of Alex, when he was like he finished the Three Body Problem and he went on to read the second and third book in the series. And he was like, you know, you give it a go, give it a go. And every now and then when I was reading it, I would just look up to the corners and see that they'd been folded over. And I was like, oh, I guess he paused here for a while. But yes, e-readers in general made my life so much easier. Yeah, I've never read anything on a Kindle or anything like that. So I was not using the bookmark I got him. I'd forgotten you got one. Nope, not at all. Ashamed to say, he is not. He's still folding pages willy-nilly, like an outlaw. But yes, I need to start going back to the library. Actually, I've become a little bit too book buy-y. I do just love having books though. Wouldn't do it in a library book would be different. But if it's like a personal book, I mean, I'm the same. Like whenever I have a library book, I'll be like really carefully wrapping it before I put it in my bag and stuff. Whereas if it's one of mine, I'm just like, chuck it in, spill tea on it, eat a page. Who cares? I found out actually, which is quite dangerous, but there's a secondhand bookshop in the very top of the galleries in Bristol. I had no idea. I never go up to that top floor because Waterstones is on the second floor. So why would I ever go to any other floor? But it happened that I did actually need to go to a shop that was on the top floor, and I looked across and I was like, oh. So I had a little peek in there. I was very good and I didn't buy anything, but I did see a few things that I could have happily bought if I had have let myself. There was like a book of like Euripides plays. What was it, like Hecuba and the Trojan women and stuff? And I was like, oh, I do want this. But I resisted. And then I didn't even buy anything it's because I knew I was going to buy something from Waterstone, so I was like, I'll be good. And then I didn't. I left bookless. It's very sad. Very sad. But yeah. I did see other books that I wanted, but because I'd only allowed myself to go in and get the 2 that I was planning on getting, which I then didn't get, I was tempted as a consolation book to get is it T.J. Klune? What's it called? Like Under the Whispering Door or something? I was tempted to get that one. But yeah. Was Euripides, wasps and frogs and stuff? Oh, that I don't know. That I do not know. My book's gonna be expensive. Yeah. Make a YouTube shot on every book you read for tax reasons. Can I just start doing streams where I just read in the Mark Humes way? Would that make the books tax deductible? We were talking yesterday about, what's his chops? George R.R. Martin, about whether he'll ever actually finish the, I don't know what the series is called. Is the series Song of Ice and Fire, or is that just the name of the first book? Anyway, whether he'll actually finish it. And I was like, no. He's going to do what any respectable author will do. He will die and let Brandon Sanderson do it. That's what you do now. Fear not if you've left a fantasy series unfinished. Brandon will always be there. He doesn't want to. He says that, but he's probably already written it. He's just waiting. Just waiting to swoop in. Here's 5 different versions and also another spin-off series that I wrote whilst I was waiting. Bloomin' Patrick Rothfuss. I refuse to read the second book until I know for sure that the third has a release date, because I'm just like, why a fantasy series so frustrating in this? Like, Tolkien did it, you know, wrote a story, it had a beginning, a middle, and an end, bish bash bosh, there's your lot. And then obviously, yes, he did write other stuff around it and world building and stuff, but it's a series that exists on its own. Whereas nowadays it's like, oh, I really like this book. Oh, it's one of 18. Okay. I have other things I want to read. I'm not going to do this. Oh, and it's not been completed and the last one was written 20 years ago. Uh-huh. It was what was like so refreshing about Priory of the Orange Tree was just being like, it's a big chunky fantasy book, but it exists as a solo book. It's not gonna spin off into anything else. I don't have to remember all of these characters like 2 years later when I get around to reading the next one. It's just done. So it was very refreshing. But yeah, I will still keep on reading fantasy books because I'm a sucker for them. Tolkien spent 17 years writing and objected to the book being split in 3 pieces. As far as he was concerned, Lord of the Rings was one book. Yeah. I think you can still get it as one. I think I've seen it before as just being like the one the one book to rule them all. But yeah, it just is nice to have a completed series. Wish I could be a bum, wouldn't have to pay taxes and I could just lay down and nap. What do you mean? Jerry's working really hard right now. You think you could do this? There's so much work goes into this. Look at him, he's been training for years to reach this level of bunny. You okay, baby boy? Oh, bless him. My mum had a lovely fancy copy of all 3 together. Oh. I have a fancy book that I want to read this summer, but it's like 100 years old and I don't trust myself to put it in my bag, so it will definitely be like a reading at home book. Alex bought me like a special copy. Only he just got his hand on her head. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it will very much be like I'll read it once and then it'll go on the shelf and look fancy and I will not touch it again. He get the kisses. I love how unsubtle bunnies are in asking for any sort of affection. It's just demanded. I've been putting it up for 100 years. I think it must be over 100 years old, I think. Can't remember what edition it is, but it's Pride and Prejudice. And it's back from when they used to print that in 2 books instead of one, I guess because of the limits of printing and binding, maybe. But yeah, it's got little illustrations as well. I'm curious to see how it differs. This is sort of spoilers for a members video that's coming out on the Yogscast. Or is it spoilers or a teaser? I'll say it's a teaser. But I did bring the book into the office to show for something. A teaser. Good morning, Haley. How do? I realized that this week I don't actually have any time to play Skyrim, which is it feels very strange. It feels very, very strange. No Skyrim unsubbed. I'm sorry. Do we need spoiler warnings for Jane? No, it's not for Jane Austen. It's for the video involving the book. I'm sure everyone must know. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if people didn't know some of Jane Austen's works, to be fair. I imagine a lot of people have heard of Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. Probably, well, actually, I'd probably guess that Emma is more well known than Sense and Sensibility. Maybe. I don't know if Northanger Abbey is particularly well known. Never actually read any of her books. I absolutely love Jane Austen, but I know that she's not for everyone. I was really appreciating her recently though, because I feel like a lot of first books by modern authors, I'm going to make this as broad as possible. I feel like a lot of fantasy books written by authors as their first book suffer from the thing of, when someone, I was saying this in book club the other day, when someone makes D&D characters and they're determined to make them the same, but they all essentially end up being the same character. I feel like a lot of books suffer from that. Whereas Jane Austen was so good at character writing. To the point where some of the characters I find so frustrating just because they're so well written that you're like, oh, why did they do this? And then you're like, oh, see, I see them as being a completely separate person from all other characters. Yeah, I can do anything edgelord protagonist. Yeah, that is a classic one. But hello. But I think also the I guess it happens in a lot of big yawn, cozy fantasy books where it's the gruff exterior person who turns out to be a big softie. Seems to be one of the ones that I swear I've read so many times. But yeah, Jane Austen is so good. So good. But then I can also appreciate people, it not being their bag. That's also fair dues. But for me, it's some of my some of my favourite books and some of my favourite films are Jane Austen adaptations. Hello. What class would Jane Austen have been in Dungeons and Dragons? What? I don't know about, there's very little I know about the lady herself. But one of my favourite things about Jane Austen was that when she died, her niece had to burn some of her letters because they were so sassy that they were like, we don't want her reputation to be ruined, so we're just gonna cover this up, and everyone can think that she was, the lovely respectable lady they all thought that she was. I just love that she was just like, yeah, so sassy, so sassy. There's a book of her letters, but I think obviously not the ones that were burned, but that I've tried renting it from the library and it just never turned up. But I would love to read it one day. One day. Gerry, would you like a treat? Fifi has gone to the loo, so you might be able to get a head start on Munch. Mayhaps. Mary Shelley, it's so funny. There's, you know, the whole meme about, what you call it? There's like the Goth house and the Barbie house. There's in Bath, on Gay Street, there is a Mary Shelley themed escape room like 2 doors down from the Jane Austen Museum. And I remember when I was waiting outside the Jane Austen Museum for it to open, because I went there for my birthday last year, and I was just looking between the two, and I was just like, the two genders. But I would love to go back to the escape room. I just didn't have time on the day. But it was, do you know, I didn't even go around the Jane Austen Museum. I literally just went there for we went to the cafe for breakfast. And then went off to the Roman baths to think about the Roman Empire for a little bit. Gerry, you making yourself handsome for your treat? Look at he. Waiting out in the rain overnight for the Jane Austen Museum to open. It's so funny in there. Like, I loved it. It was like, we had the cream tea, because they did a vegan cream tea, and there's like a, this like painted portrait of Colin Firth on the wall as Mr. Darcy. It's so full on, but I guess they know what people are going there for. And they deliver. But I would love to go to the actual museum itself one day, because they have like, I think it's in a building that she actually stayed in when she was in Bath, because they used to go to Bath to take the waters, sort of thing, if they were how often do I think about the Roman Empire? More often ever since the meme came out. Why is it called a Trojan horse? Because it went into Troy. It was Troy what done took it in. Because there was a Civ series that someone mentioned it, and it like wound me up. I was so tempted to do, you know, cat nerd finger point. Actually, someone said, I think Troy gave someone a gift, and they were like, oh, don't trust that. And I was like, well, actually, because it wasn't Troy that had given the whole... And I was like, don't say it. Had a moment like that the other day. One of my friends said something about... we were watching the wrestling, but I can't think how it was relevant. They said someone was called Atlas, and they were like, oh, they must be, you know... tired from like carrying the world or something, and I was like, well, actually. I just can't help myself. Cannot help myself. Gerry, you're doing a very intense groom there. I swear when he grooms his old dewlap, he gets really invested. You do it for ages. Oh, hello. You back with us? Hello. Okay, bunnies, would you like your treat? No, you're finished. No. dee, 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 dee. There you go. Now, oh my god. At some point they decide to. Fifi, are you okay? Smooth the hair. Where did they go, Gerry? Where'd he go? Oh, bless him. There you go. A very quickly inhaled treat. I mean, to be fair, he did try to steal something out of her mouth this time too. Sort of successfully-ish. You got a taste of your own medicine, Fifi. He done did a crime too. Where are you going to? Where are you going? You looking for more treats? I love the difference between the frenzy of when they're getting treats and then the confused silence after they've had them. And they're all calmed down and they're like, oh, sorry about that. If you're going for Gerry's toffee later for the theft she missed, yeah. Yeah. He tried, but she succeeded. I think he got a leaf off of her, maybe? I found a present that I'm going to get for the bunnies, which I'm hoping that they're going to like. And I'm wondering whether to hold off and get it for Fifi's birthday or just... It's one of those things that I think the older the bunnies get, if I think of getting them something, I'm just like, nah, I'm just going to get it. Because, you want them to enjoy things for as long as possible. So I think I might just order it. But it's this cute little, hay arch. Because we have the thing where it's, bad for them to wee on their hay. That's why we don't put it in the litter tray anymore. So I was like, well... if it's in an arch, then it should be fine. So yeah. But all the pictures of this is how they get you. It's all people who post pictures of their bunnies actually using things, and then I buy them and the bunnies are just like, what? No, I don't want this. Like the banana bed. I was like, oh, so many bunnies all snuggled up in their lovely banana beds. Whereas mine did not want it. And then when I left it in with them for one day, Gerry tore it apart. I was like, oh. Spicy hay is off the menu, yeah. They've not been able to have their spicy hay for a few months now. Which I feel bad about, because obviously they do like to have hay in the litter tray, but they're not allowed to anymore. Sorry, I just turned around and Fifi was just... She looked as if she was trying to sneak up on me and she'd been caught. Like, what are you doing? What'd she do? Spicy hay sounds like another term for devil's lettuce. I mean, a lot of the time people call cables, like phone chargers and stuff, spicy hay. Because bunnies do like to chew through those. Gerry, have you had a long day? Are you tired now? You all tuck it out. You doing a little tooth purr? I'm going to try sneaking closer and not disturb him. Sneaking. Yeah. He's got such like a perfect little... Like when I draw eyes in MS Paint and do the one little white dot. Look at he. Have you seen the folks who grow sprouts without dirt for their ham-homs? No. I've not seen that. Did always used to make me giggle when because I used to bury seeds and stuff in both Squeak and Julietta's like soil, trying to think of the word, not like a dig box, but a soil pit that I gave them, and occasionally they would like miss one, and look, you'd see it like 2 days later, like starting to sprout. They just have this little single blade of grass or something. There are some plants that are safe to put in with hamsters, as long as they're not big chewers. Like I know you can put spider plants and stuff. Hello? In with them. Unless they just start eating loads of it, then you have to take it out again. But our spider plant is constantly chucking out babies willy-nilly, so, hello. So we might be able to, chuck one in with the next hom. I was thinking next week, hello, I might do like a little hamster setup stream. I mean, I don't know how long it'll be till we get the baby, but it does depend if I can get all of the stuff cleaned in time. Outside our friend's window, some hemp grew from a birdseed. Oh my gosh. Hello. What are you thinking? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What's your ambitions, Gerry, eh? What are you planning? But yeah, I was thinking I might do a whatchamacallit. But I do need to like finish planning how I'm gonna do it, because I'm worried that I'm gonna stack everything too high, because I have no idea how small the baby is. I don't know how little. It's like I saw a thing recently. There was like a video of someone was like, "This is my Bobrovsky hamster setup," and they'd put this tunnel thing in, and they'd put it at such like a steep angle that this hamster was basically like sliding down it. I was like, that can't be right. Surely they need it slightly more gentle. Like, it's fine for a Syrian hamster, but I don't think the little ones can handle that much of an incline. But yeah, I have been looking on some dangerous websites though, because there's one shop in particular that I was always really tempted to get stuff for Squeak, but I resisted. But I found myself back on the website the other day and I was like, no. Cannot do it, cannot justify. It's that sort of thing that like looks more, it's more for the person looking at the tank than it is for the hamster themselves. Like little hides that are made to look like hobbit homes and stuff like that. It's like the hamster doesn't care; they just want a hole to go in. But yeah, how many? I only have the bunnies, but I occasionally foster hamsters. And we might be getting another one soon. If it was up to me, oh my gosh, I would be taking in so many little babies. But thankfully, Alex is a voice of reason and puts a limit on it. Look at he. Describe the dogs having Disney bows. Yeah, maybe for me, not for them. Aren't they yet? Oh. Oh. I do still have some tunnels left for a little home. But morning Joan. Oh, Banshee. It's like ones that couldn't be cleaned, so I've always tried to limit how many we give to foster homes. Would you want to run a rescue/shelter one day? I don't think I'd want to run a rescue because it's like just so much crazy work. But I think I would love to one day be known as like the crazy animal lady when if someone in the neighborhood is like, oh, I found a hamster. Oh, we'll take it round. Oh, the Broncos. And and I'll be like, okay, I'll take them in. There's a lady who I know who is just like that. Like, every time I go around her house. Funnily enough, we're from the same hometown. It's so weird. There was one time she was boarding the buns for us, and she was like, oh, where are you going? And I said, like, oh, I'm off to this place. And she was like, what? That's where I was born. And I was like, oh, me too. But, whenever I go around hers, she'd be like, I was like, how many bunnies do you have at the moment? And she's like, oh, I've got like 16 bunnies and 2 cats, and this dog just turned up, so I've got them now and stuff. And I'm like, you're just living the dream, aren't you? Just living the dream. But yeah, you know how there's a certain number of people you can know before your brain is like, nah, are animals included, do you think? I imagine that there must be, like, I follow Juniper the Fox, that account, and I think that person, thank you for the follow, does, like, because it started off that I think she just had 2 foxes and a dog. Oh no, she just had Juniper and Moose, and then I think she took in Fig as well. But now she's got like 2 raccoons and a skunk, and she had a possum at one point. She's got like 2 snakes, 5 foxes, I want to say, and 3 dogs, and various other creatures. And she's like, it is difficult to give them that, like back in the day when it was just her, Juniper and Moose, obviously they spent all the time together, whereas now she has to like go between, outside time for the foxes and who she has indoors because they don't all get on together and stuff like that. So how do you get a pet fox? Hers are all fur farm rescues. I think one of them was maybe a wildlife rescue, but most of them are fur farm rescues. She's out in Florida, I think. But yeah, it's I guess you do, like, I've even had times when we just had Belly and Squeak and the bunnies that I was starting to feel like, oh, I'm not giving everyone the time that they deserve, sort of thing. But yeah, but yes, it's just work getting in the way. If I could just be a crazy animal lady all day, it'd be fine. But alas. Well, I guess it is time for me to head off and send you lovely people off to some other lovely person. And I will go and do my taxes, probably, maybe, eventually, maybe a little bit of taxes. Thanks, Jenny's. Shall we go to, we can go to G. Don't feel like I've raided G in a while. We're going to say hello to G. EP. Oh, he's become egg. I hope you all have very lovely days. I'll be back at 2 for a sponsored stream, actually. I got a brand deal today, playing a cute little game. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. And I will see some of you there. The rest of you have very lovely days, whatever you're getting up to. Yeah, oh my gosh. I hope I do get my taxes done. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I can concentrate for that long to get them done. I believe. It can't be like that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yes, I will speak to you soon. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye. You can just enjoy little Gerry egg until the time goes. Look at him. A little egg. 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 I do not know what Fifi is doing in the background. Destruction. Egg. No, Gerry. No. I guess it had enough. Bye bye, everyone. Have fun. We're gone. Nice. Bye bye. Boop.